Hi Virgo, welcome to my channel, The Guided Intuitive, and thank you so much for being here. So we're going to jump into this. This is going to be a read. It's going to be for you and who. But before we get into the main read, I'm going to focus and pull a card on you in terms of self-love, because we all know that, within our relationships, especially our love relationships, or, even with anyone, romantic or otherwise, it starts with us, right? So I'm going to pull a card just for you in the first 2 weeks of December, and do watch your moon rising and your Venus signs as well. You can check that on the link below to get that for yourself. But it's going to be really important for you to maybe get those insights. But I'm going to use this deck of cards for the first half of the month and the second half of the month, and kind of see what wants to come up for you here. So this is going to be for the first half of December, what's important for Virgo to be aware of. Now, this is going to be a general read. So if you are looking for a personal read that taps into your own personal energies, go to the Guided Intuitive up here or in my description box below. All right. So let's jump into this. What does Virgo need to know most about the first half of December in terms of love? What's most important that they are aware of in their life? What is this? Wow. Ooh, this is so cool. Okay, it's a 31 card that reduces to a 4, right? And this talks about trusting yourself. Wow. Take a look at this. You can see there's all these animals, and she's kind of looking for insights and instinct. And there's all these animals around her, and she's kind of like looking towards the the light there, right? And all the animals are kind of looking the same way. It's kind of like using your instincts. Like, how animals use their instincts, right? And they're all looking the same direction. So she knows that she needs, as we are all got that animal instinct within us, and it's important for us to heed those signs in terms of your intuition. So this is saying to trust yourself. This is very, very cool. Now, if I look a little bit deeper into this, there's lots of butterflies that are all around this. It really talks about some sort of transformation. Some sort of transformation of some sort that is happening here. Yeah, tons of that. I mean, just tons of butterflies all over the place, guys. It could be that you're going through some sort of transformation and healing. I don't know if you guys can see this, but there's butterflies all around. I mean, just all around. Many, many butterflies in here and within the forest. And that's what this is saying, is that there's been a huge transformation that is taking place, and it's a spiritual maturity. If I could take every single animal on here is going to give us some insights. But this is, you know how to grow. And this is saying, don't overthink things right now. Okay, Virgo? Don't overthink things right now. Okay? You're growing. You really are. And don't doubt it. Even if you don't see it yet, there's a lot of things that are happening. It's kind of like when you plant a seed, right? And, it's got to go into the soil. There's a lot of stuff that happens before the seed just, breaks, right? And breaks open, to move, to really extend its roots below so it can get the water and the nourishment that it needs. The same thing for you. It's kind of like the seed is just about to break, and it needs to push to the top of the soil. You've got to, that seed's got to push to the top of the soil for it to kind of burst out, right, and get into the light. So this is saying is that you have to trust things are going to happen when the time is right. So I know that I've had this in your reads before, something about the control side of things. Okay, guys, note that below. And this seems to be coming up, is that saying to trust yourself. Okay, this is saying is that sometimes we can become unnecessarily anxious of how our life is going to unfold. But if we really learn to trust ourselves, this is saying is that don't worry, that you are doing a really good job right now. And when you trust yourself and you heed, Virgo, your own wisdom, you're so smart, you heed your own wisdom, that insight is going to come to you, faster and more clearly. Okay, so that's what this card talks about. Okay, you have a big destiny in this lifetime, and sometimes judging something before it's ready sabotages it. And so what this is saying, it's your great hunger to want the experience, and that's really great, but you need to let it be, and know that that it's all a part of the life process in terms of your growth. Okay, but don't shame yourself for wanting something, and and judge something before it's actually shown itself in true light, right? So don't be hard on yourself, okay? And if anything, if there's a bump in the road of any sort, Virgo, then what this is asking you to do is to know that everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. And it's because that bump needs to shift and, kind of mold you in a different way and give you that experience so you can handle what's yet to come, which is going to be really beautiful for you. And that's what I see coming through here for you, okay? Very, very beautiful, okay? So the instability is not a sign that something's wrong with you. It's because you're going through growth. There is a huge growth that's taking place here. So don't fret about things. This is saying go with the flow so you can grow. Okay, that's what this is talking about. So I am going to pull a card that's going to help you in this process. Let's go ahead and pull a numerology card and see what wants to fly out, right? Okay. All right, so let me just grab this really quick. What is this? Okay, so yeah, and if you feel like you should do something, then this says to go outside and get some physical activity. Okay, so for some of you, and that's going to help you, this opens up the crown chakra, right? And it's also going to help you communicate better if you get some sort of physical activity. So this is telling you to do that right now. It's a 13 card that reduces to a 4, and that will give you the stability that 4 number offers. Okay, so yeah, that's what's coming through here. Oh my gosh, how cool, guys. And it's very, very important to you. So you need to exercise because you have to reduce those stress hormones that are kind of happening in you right now, is what this talks about. And those feel-good endorphins need to start moving, okay? So it's going to bring a lot more confidence, it's going to bring a lot more well-being, and it's going to help you in your connection with your source and your communication, which is that blue color is the throat chakra there, right? This violet is more or less your crown chakra. And you can invite more blessings and things into your life, and things will happen a lot faster, just kind of like, trusting yourself, okay, that came through here. So I exercise my body and I improve my quality of life, okay? And so it is. So there you have it. I'm going to put this card aside. I'll put these cards aside, and let's go ahead and focus on your main read and see what wants to come up for you, okay? Let's see what wants to come up for you here. Let me pull the other deck. All right, here we go. Okay, so where is Virgo at right now? Where is Virgo at for the first 2 weeks of December? What's happening to Virgo? What is Virgo need to be aware of? Okay, so we've got the 8 of Cups. Okay, so the 8 of Cups is actually knowing what's best for one's self, right? And then walking away from some sort of emotion that has held them back. It could be a person, place, or thing. Give me 2 more cards. Spirit, what do we have here? 8 of Pentacles. 8's going to be an important number. Balance is key for you right now, okay? So here we've got the 8 of Cups, the 8 of Pentacles, and then we've got the 6 of Swords, okay? So what this tells me, this is about walking away from something emotionally that perhaps was holding you back, and kept you, kept you from the light. And what this wants you to do is that you kind of knew that the light was most important for you, and so you had to let something go. Now, this is Taurus, this is water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces type energy. Could be dealing with that, or you might have that within your chart. And then I get the 8 of Pentacles, which is being more engaged, right? More engaged in something. It is also affected by the moon phases as well. And I know we've got some lunar, some sort of eclipses that are happening within the month of December. So do check that out and follow that, guys. But you're following your light. You see, so there's a candle right in front of her, and she's following her light. She's also following the light of the sun here, right? And look right at her desk. It's like this beautiful light, following the sun and the light. So some of you might have a spiritual career that are involved into some sort of engagement, into some sort of, getting more information on that, moving forward within that. The 8s are about change, and so it's all about, you could be going through some sort of education, taking a class, getting insights or gaining insights and doing some further research, you know, in terms of where you're at. And then I get the Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is maybe moving away from kind of the rockier, you know, kind of unsettling waters and being disappointed within a situation. But this is saying change is taking place, right? This is saying you don't have to isolate yourself, okay? Don't isolate yourself or feel that you're imprisoned of your own situation. You need to trust your truth, kind of like the card that we talked about, you know, that at the very beginning. So do keep that in mind. So if you feel kind of like a little bit more disappointed and kind of, you know, kind of in kind of imprisonment or in some sort of isolation within your mind, do check out Beyond the Read, guys, up here as well. But this is saying get some physical activity, get out there. Some of you might need to, you know, kind of go by water or be by water within a beach, or some of you do need to get out in nature, right? Or to do some further research that puts your mindset in a place. You don't have to physically travel per se. You can do that, you know, within your mind. And this is saying to look into your third eye and look at and do some further research. What is going to help you? Let me just take a little bit more in terms of where you're at right now first. I just want to see what else, the wellness cards, what wants to come out. Surprise, okay? Wow. This is interesting because just when you walk away and you feel you're in prison here and you're kind of walking away with these types of thoughts, right? And then you're getting some further information, a big surprise happens, okay? And this is great because this is say something happens in a relationship or situation that you wouldn't have expected, okay? It's almost like you're juggling things, you're doing what it is that you do, and then all of a sudden there's a gift, boom, that comes down from the universe and says, okay, I know you didn't expect this, but here it is. And this is really you know, about an intense twist of faith, right? And it does have to do with the eclipses, so do pay attention to the eclipses, guys, that are happening within this month. You could get some news around that time, okay? So do check that out. Yeah, it has to do with the, you know, the stars, but there's going to be a surprise, okay? Anything else in terms of this surprise? I am going to pull a card on what the surprise is. What is the surprise for Virgo in terms of where they're at right now? And we might not be told, okay, Five of Pentacles. I think you're going to get the key to what's been helping you feel isolated and held back. I get isolation. Now, the Five of Pentacles usually talks about some sort of adversity, you know, worry or insecurity. And this is saying is that I think you're going to get the key to unlock the lock. You know, the key is here. The interesting thing, the key is right here. You can see that the key's right here to unlock and get out of this. And so this is saying is that you're going to get the surprise, this download that's going to give you what it is that you need to know to move forward. Okay. Oh my gosh, you guys. I don't know if it's between you and Libra. They both had cards and I'm here going down on the floor trying to pick them up. But yeah, I'm not going to take any of those because there's too many that fell out. So give me the one card that's most important on this Five of Pentacles that Virgo needs to be aware of in terms of where they're at right now as it pertains to their love life. And this gracefully fell where it needed to. Three of Cups. This is calling upon your tribe. This is about some sort of communication, okay? There's some sort of communication, teamwork, and collaboration. It could be, you know, with what you've been doing and studying that's going to give you the insight, this beautiful surprise that wants to come out for you here. This is really beautiful, yeah. And it can have to do with the birthing of something new as it pertains to emotions, right? So maybe perhaps it's something that, you know, is from childhood and now you see it now, but it's also something or person, place, or thing that you can grow old with, right? Now that you know, the wisdom is there. Now that you know, you kind of maybe perhaps have met someone that perhaps that you felt that you could grow old with, you know, too as well. That's someone that's loyal, right? And this is saying you've got the strength, all right? You've got the strength card here, which is a Leo type energy. So you've got the strength. So this is saying that some sort of surprise is going to give you some sort of enlightenment. And it could be, you know, your connection as you're working with others. And then you may perhaps maybe meet someone. But this is saying also that, you know, you calling upon your support team is going to give you the strength that you need to move forward and to overcome something that maybe you've had since childhood, but you're unlocking that, right? There's a twist of faith of some sort that is taking place for you here. Yeah. careful what it is you manifest, because it's going to come through for you. So manifestations are hot right now for you, Virgo, okay? I had to pull that last one because look at this, another 8 card. So 8 is really important. Your balance is key this month, and I think that's why physical, activity came up as well. But the 8 is really, really key. So just keep in mind that you acknowledge the power of your mind and your ability, to manifest what it is that you want. You've got the strength to do it, right? And I think that's what you're doing, is kind of like you're kind of manifesting all of that, through the phases of the moon, through the different elements that you have there, maybe doing using candles as well. It's very, very key. So this is saying is that you've got this power, right? And clarifying what it is that you want, because you've entered a very powerful cycle where the divine has got your back, and can co-create with you, okay? And this is saying set your intentions, all right, on what it is that you want. This is saying successful manifestation is knowing that to pay attention to your negative thoughts, your doubt and worries, because you don't want that to attract more. What you do want to attract is detaching from the results, but focusing on what it is that you truly want in your life and what is going to give you the balance that you need in your life, love or otherwise. All right, so that's what I see. What's going on for this other person on the other side? Let's take a look at this other person and take a look at what wants to come through for this other person. Let's take a look. Let's see here, this other person, Ace of Wands. Yeah, some sort of inspiration and creation, a potential for a new beginning, okay? So they've been inspired in a way, right? The Emperor card that I get as well, okay? So the Emperor could be dealing with an Aries, but this is also, there's fire energy over here. But this is about them being very strategic, right? Being very strategic in the process, right? The Emperor is very structured and very solid in terms of moving forward. But being, looking at what it is that he wants and determining what that next move might be, okay? And then I get the Three of Wands, lots of fire energy, guys. Threes are about, communication. And when it comes to Wands, this is about, having that preparation and the foresight, before moving forward. This card has been popular for a lot of people the first half of December. And it's about just, before they go into the ocean with their surfboard, they're going to choose which wave that they want and then create that intention of what it is that they want before they move forward, okay? So they're going to be a little bit more, strategic about it with that chess piece in that Emperor's hand, right? And they're going to use their mind, right? And that potential, that opportunity, here for, creating what it is that they want. And they're doing the same thing. They're doing some manifestation work over here, but there's a brand new beginning over here for this person. There's a new beginning and an opportunity for a new beginning. Let's see what else wants to come through for this other person in terms of where they're at. So you've got a little bit of an idea. Now keep in mind, Virgo, you might resonate with one side more than the other. I'm just concentrating on you here and the other person over here, okay? All right, let's see what wants to come through here for you. All right, what is it? What do we have here? In the flow state. So this person could actually help you, because they're either mirroring you or they could really, really help you, because they're actually in the zone. They're really focused on, being in that flow. Okay. So really, when their skill meets that challenge, then they're in the flow. When opportunity meets, when preparation meets opportunity, you're in the flow, right? And so that's what I see. It's kind of being in the zone and loving life. And think of yourself as being a fountain, right? That as you replenish yourself with water, as you feed yourself with the energy to get you balanced, then you also remain balanced. So this person is being in the flow. So they're kind of going with the flow in the situation. If you are kind of with this other person, they're kind of going with the flow, okay? Yeah, and they're just focusing on love and the ultimate love. They're forgiving others and themselves, and they're releasing the past, right? We've got mirror energy here too. So they know that they have to change their inner before they can change their outer. And that's what this card talks about. So they're really looking themselves in the mirror. If I want ultimate love, I've got to be the love that I want. So for you, Virgo, whatever you want to manifest, you have to get into that vibe and be and act, with inspired action, but then let go and then let it, receive, right? You let go of how the outcome, of how it will be, because you might be surprised, right, on how that outcome will be for yourself when you do that. All right. But that's what's coming for this other person. Anything else for this other person over here that wants to come out in terms of where they're at right now? Anything for this other person that Virgo should be aware of, and in terms of kind of helping them? They got 2 cards. Spiritual career and parenting, okay? How interesting. 2 cards popped out. So it could be that they're in the healing arts, or they could be focusing on a spiritual career that might involve children, or it could involve, how one deals with their parenting blockages of some sort. It very, very much well could be the case. Or they could be reparenting themselves, or, learning to overcome or create better parenting skills and communicating parenting skills. So that could be the case. So how interesting. Wow. I don't know if this person, if they don't have children, then this is all about parenting oneself and having a spiritual career, because they've learned now something different than maybe what they were taught as parents, or they could teach parents something very valuable, and it has to do with spirituality. How beautiful is that? I want to go back over to you. And what is your best way forward? What's your best way forward, Virgo? In terms of this relationship or situation, what's your best way forward? This wants to come out. What is it? Confidence, 6 of Wands, a birthing of something new. This is that, victory stage, wreath of success, being in the spotlight. So this is lots of confidence and lots of fire energy, Virgo. So stand into the spotlight, have the confidence to move forward. You're going to have success. I get the 4 of Wands, happy home, harmony, and marriage. In fact, for some of you, surprise, right? Some of you might get the surprise here, but that's what this is saying. 4 of Wands is all about, being in that stability, and this is home, harmony, marriage, that comes through, and having the confidence to move forward on what it is that you want if you don't have that yet, right? And then moving forward with passion. You might have a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius coming towards you. I'm just saying, slow this person down a little bit. They might be going a little bit too fast because they're real passionate about it. Knight of Swords, yeah. Use your intuition as it pertains to a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. The High Priestess card comes in. The timing, if it does have to do with the Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, is hidden. So it's hidden through the moon. It's not quite the timing for it yet. Yeah. And this is just really focusing on using your instincts, being the authority of your own emotions. How does this other person feel about you? How does this other person feel about you, Virgo? Let's take a look at how this other person feels about you. What is it? How do they feel about you? They feel that they're your soulmate. Okay, I'm just saying they feel that you're their soulmate. And anything else that wants to come through here, this could be the one. If they feel that they've already met the person that they seek. So they feel that you could be that person for them. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about that? Let's take a look what this is. You deserve love, and you're lovable. So you need to stand up for that, is what this is talking about. That find your target and shoot that bow and arrow in the way of what it is that you want. And that's becoming clearer in that here, okay? And you'll be surprised. So focus and manifest what it is that you want. But you got to love yourself first is what's coming into play, okay? That's really key. Your self-respect is going to make you super attractive. So that's going to be really, really key. Decide what you want, because it's going to happen very soon. Again, surprise, surprise, okay? All right, Virgo, well, I hope this resonates with you. Note your comments below, and I look forward to seeing you next time. And definitely like and subscribe if it resonates. And until next time, namaste.